Oh, it's just another hot day in West Virginia. Don't we know it? But it's going to be pretty hot inside tonight for the Showbox, the Next Generation Night of Boxing here at the Harv at the Mountaineer Racetrack and Gaming Resort. Once again, welcome back to Sports Beat alongside Chuck Finder of the Pittsburgh Tribune Review and Verquan Kidrow.
Well, wait a second. Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know we're both done on this side.
Sorry.
We probably should roll
Sorry
over
about
and
that.
go to the other side.
My
I want to
you know
make sure
what? With the heat, I was bound to mess up sooner or later. I won't let that one fly. Real quickly, Verquan, or not so quickly, let's talk about the starting point for you in boxing. When did you decide that you actually wanted to get in the ring? Before he decides to hit me for saying the wrong newspaper.
Well, it was when I was 11, actually. It was more of my father pushing me to fight, and he wanted me to play football too. So, and it was like a family tradition to play football and be into the football category of the NFL players. And you know, my dad played football with what's his name?
Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett. There you go.
I'm here for you, man.
Yeah, stay here with me.
He hates me now. You can be your friend now. We don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, with Tony Dorsett and a couple other guys, and really, I didn't like boxing. I hated it. Hated it. Maybe it was a little bit too much hard work for me at a young age, but I came around to it as I got older. I realized, well, I'm a little too small to play football.
Now, you mentioned your father, and if I understand correctly, he wanted you to stay out of the pro ranks, at least for right now.
Yes.
So
yes.
how did you either win his,
Well,
win him over or what?
We had many conversations that broke out into arguments sometimes.
No fights, though, thank goodness.
No
Okay,
fights,
all
no
right.
fights. I can't beat my father. But he came around and he sat down and thought about it and seen the options that were where I was coming from, and he made a smart decision to stick behind his son, whatever his son do. So that's what a father and a mother are supposed to do. So.
And it's almost, with Verquan, it's almost been like a college education, I guess you say. I mean, he
Yes.
got to a top level when he was a junior and senior in high school. You know, roaming the halls of Aliquippa High School, being a high school kid, we know how much other distractions there are. And it's a big football school, big basketball school, but here was a guy
Yes.
who was really putting into his boxing career. And so he gets out of high school, then, you know, your track is the Olympics. I mean, that's your college education. That's the goal that you're looking for. With pro being, you know, right behind that. But Verquan came to the decision a little earlier to go pro.
Yes, I came to a little decision much quicker.
Were you ever tempted to play football with, as Chuck said, Aliquippa being what it is?
Yes.
In high school sports or high school football?
And he talks about his family. There's been other guys like Credell, Kimbrough.
Yes.
I can't remember, but the Kimbrough name and the Bloodlines, there's some pretty good football there.
Credell actually played at Cincinnati, but I wanted to be a football player. I always had dreams of going to the NFL. Now I'm watching him on TV. I'm watching Ty Law play, break records.
Yeah,
and he's from Aliquippa.
You have a big fight. They'll want those ringside seats, believe me.
Yes.
Free, by the way. Yeah.
Now that, you won the battle with your father about turning professional, if you will, do you ever wonder where you'll reach a point of frustration if things don't go great to start, or at some point where you drop down into the valley? Your father will obviously be there for, you know.
Always. My father will always be there. That's something he always taught me, my brothers, and always distilled upon us is to be there when things are down, and he's going to be the only one there, him and my mother.
So you're not fearful of that "I told you so"
No.
coming around the bend sometime
No.
in the not too distant future?
No, that will come around in the future. Long time from now. Long time.
Let's talk a little bit about your trainer and what you referenced good people before. Is he at the top of that list as far as where he's directed
Tommy
you?
Akello?
Yeah.
He is the best trainer I ever been around.
He's the
And
only
I've
trainer you've been around.
I've been around a lot of trainers. I've been around a lot of them, and I watch their techniques and the way they teach, and he's fundamentally and mentally sound. That's how he is, and his teachings is a little different from all the big star name trainers like Emmanuel Stewart and such, and he has a different type of teaching.
And there's a lot, to feel comfortable with the guy and to be used to a guy and have him know you
Yes.
so well. When he knows that you're dropping your right because you're tired or when you're dogging it, and you've been. Yeah, go ahead.
Tom actually thinks he's my father since he's been around me since I was 11. So most of the decisions and the way I am today comes from my father and Tommy Akello. He so far as on big part of being a world champion is how you live on the outside too. And the way I live on the outside is a lot. It plays a role through Tommy and Kello and through my father and my mother, of course.
Now, in watching him train Paul Spadafora, was it kind of like he would train you, he trained Spatty, you see what he's done for Spatty, that excites you even more because he can do that for you?
It excites me more what he done for Paul Spadafora, what he done for Abraham O'Kine, Scott McCracken, this Monty Clay, and the whole Beaver County area that trained under Tommy and Kello. He is an upcoming star trainer, if not the best. Once a fighter works with Tom, they want to work with him forever.
So, he's promoting him. It's supposed to.
Yeah, really. Well, wait a second. You're the one in the ring. He makes money off you. You don't need to give him any pub, all right? He gets enough pub in the papers and stuff. He's all right.
Oh, yeah. He definitely gets enough pub.
But you learned a lot being in the
Yes.
gym with Paul and,
Yes.
and those other guys. But I mean, especially with Paul, you learned about what it takes to be a world champion and how much work goes into it and that kind of thing.
It's a great thing having a world champion in your gym. Most people don't have a world champion in their gym. So being around a world champion and see how what you have to do to be a world champion, the way you have to train, it's number one for me.
Tom's going to join us in a couple minutes, but I will ask him, so I'll find out the truth either way. But your decision to turn pro.
What's my decisions?
Did he give you his blessings as well, or?
Whew. Between him, my mom, my dad, it was all out war. I was fighting with
Cage match.
everybody. Yeah, it was cage match. I mean, I'd show up at my house and he was hitting me in the back of my head. No. He had his decision of what I should do, and they all left it up to me. You know, I told them that I wanted to turn professional, and they made it my decision. They told me what they think I should do, and they left it up to me.
All right, Raquan, thank you so much for the time. We wish you nothing but
No
the best
problem.
of luck.
I thank you.
Don't forget about the little people along the way.
Oh, never.
I won't let him forget about me. I won't let him forget about me.
Tom Yankello will join us next as we continue Sword Speed live from Mountaineer right after this.